Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, very much. Thank you, Director Gerding, for being here with us today. So many actions trouble me about the SEC, including is the pace of rulemaking, limited comment periods, aggressive implementation timelines, and the lack of responsiveness to congressional concerns. This breakneck pace is exhausting the SEC staff, as you probably know, and overwhelms the industry, which I know, with broad new rulemaking without enough time to comment. And congressional inquiries are sometimes at painstakingly head-shaking lengths of time. So I want to bring up that the examples of some of these extensive time frames are the climate disclosure rule, as well as the proxy advisory rule, which you allowed 30 days for comment, and that was over Thanksgiving and Christmas. So not really looking for some substantial input. Madam Chair, to demonstrate the breakneck pace of the SEC's rulemaking agenda compared to previous chairs, I ask for unanimous consent to submit this chart entitled Rule Proposals Issued During the First 27 Months of SEC Chairs' Tenures. For the record, this chart shows that after 27 months, Chair Gensler has issued 58 rules compared to the 33 rules issued under Clayton and 30 rules issued under White. So the rules have doubled, and the comment periods have decreased by 20 to 25%, respectfully. But Mr. Gerding, let me ask you this. Can you identify which of these 11 rulemakings would actually advance the SEC's mandate to facilitate capital formation?
Congressman, all of the rules that my division recommends proposing or adopting are squarely within our statutory mandate of investor protection, capital formation, and promoting fair and orderly markets.
Yeah, do you think the industry agrees with that? Do you ever ask?
Congressman, we receive a wide range of comments on all of our rulemakings, and we take all of those comments very, very seriously.
All right, so when proposing these very significant rules that impact millions of Americans and have broad implications, stakeholder input and sufficient comment periods, one would very rationally think roundtables, concept releases, and other outreach mechanisms should be an important part of it, because that's the industry that you're trying to help and advance and promote, correct? So why is it then that we have the data that shows a conflict with what you're saying?
Congressman, we take the notice and comment process extremely seriously. I believe that all of the comment periods are not only adequate under the Administrative Procedures Act, but have generated robust comments on our rules. We carefully consider those comments, and again, that's not just our obligation under the Administrative Procedures Act. That makes for better policies and better recommendations from the division.
I don't think your clientele, and maybe you don't look at it that way, but I tend to, would agree with a 216% increase in new rules, but 20% less time to comment on this plethora, this blizzard of new rules. But you think that everything's just going fine and no reason to change course?
Congressman, again, we take the notice and comment rulemaking and our obligations under the Administrative Procedures Act very, very seriously. And the public is my clientele, and we take our statutory authorities, our statutory mandate extremely seriously.
Okay, but you agree that your time frame is about 45 days, where before it was a good 20 to 25% longer in comment period time.
Congressman, again, I believe all of the comment periods for all of the rule proposals that we have recommended are adequate under the Administrative Procedures Act and have yielded comments which we are carefully considering.
If you did hear, as I do, the timeframes are not sufficient and the number of rules coming across are very difficult to deal with, would you then consider and commit to this committee to review your timeframes and level of rules being issued to better accommodate the American investor and industry?
Congressman, we receive a number of comments on our comment periods, and we carefully
Unfortunately, it
consider
sounds like a
those
no.
as
Madam
well.
Chair, my time has ran out. I yield back.